Welcome to Rock and Sports. In this late night video in here onto Rock and Sports. How are you guys? Where are you watching it from? This is already onto this channel to bring you all the latest news and information as far as Sancho deadline set. That means the Sancho deal is against the club and Sergio Ramos preferring Manchester United against a side which goes by the names of Man City. Welcome to Rock and Sports once again. This is already, guys. If at all it's your very first time to watching, please subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. After subscribing, hit the notification bell. That will enable you to really get all the notifications that we each and every time we go live onto this channel. Now, today, lots of things are happening onto this channel and we are really looking great. As you see us, the Almighty is really keeping us safe. Guys, in my country, we've been locked down for the second time. Total lockdown for another 42 days. I don't know what's happening where you are. You can as well share with me your experience. What's happening in their country where they've locked you down? Are you guys out of the lockdown? That's the big question in here onto Rock and Sports. But let's get straight into Sergio Ramos first, and then we are going to go into the Jadon Sancho story because it's almost one that is really going to take us a lot of time. According to the Manchester United Evening News, they've quoted a website known as as.com. I think it's coming from Spain. They are saying that Sergio Ramos is preferring to join Manchester United rather than joining a team which goes by the names of Man City in there, because first and foremost he never wants to be playing under Pep Guardiola because they really have that rage in between them. Remember, Pep was at Barcelona and Sergio Ramos was at Real Madrid, and remember how things really went on. So he really doesn't want to be under his management. But Manchester United Evening News have come out and quoted that Sergio Ramos is a free agent and he wants to play for Manchester United or PSG in there. It's a two-horse race in there that Manchester United and PSG are all wanting the services of the former Spaniard international who was not invited in the Euros by the manager in there of Spain, and he took the likes of Pau Torres in there, the Garcias, the Laportes in there, who else is there? Who is there playing as a centre back that you guys might be knowing? So Sergio Ramos, being one of the greatest defenders that we've seen for the past 20 years. Remember, right now he's 35 years old, and to me as a United fan, I don't really fancy him coming at United. Why would we go for a 35-year-old? Yet there are really very many other young defenders who are really willing to come at Manchester United and consume the amount of money that you're really going to pay Sergio Ramos, because Sergio Ramos doesn't want a deal that is below £200,000 a week. So that is the deal that he wanted at Real Madrid, and Real Madrid said, no, we are not really granting you that deal. And they later told him that even though you might be willing to sign, it's over in between you and us. So that shows you how mature a club like Real Madrid is. So I think the soup is out of Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos, however much he is a good defender, one of the defenders that scored most of the goals into the European market and world at large, I don't really fancy him to come in at Manchester United. And by the way, if I told Thiago Silva had made it at Chelsea or made it at Chelsea, and does not mean that Sergio Ramos is really going to come out and make it out at Manchester United, because when you look at United right now, I think we need players who are really going to be at United for the next 5 years. We don't need players who are really going to just come in and really take us to the next level and then we become stagnant and really become stale. We want players who are really going to come at United and do the needful to Manchester United and give us the best that we expect out of them. People, when you look at Varane is 28 years old. He can be at Manchester United for next 5 years if at all he comes in right now. That means at 33 years he would have given us all what we want at Manchester United. Harry Maguire, 25. Let me give you the players that we're having at Manchester, especially the defenders. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think, is 21. That means can play for the next 10 seasons. Luke Shaw is 24. That means can play for the next 9 seasons. Harry Maguire is 27. That means can play for the next 8 seasons also. So if at all we add on a player who goes by the names of Varane, I think it will be really a very good bond. But maybe the only reason as to why we can fancy a coming in of Sergio Ramos is not spending lots on the central defender. We bring him at Manchester United. He plays just 1 or 2 seasons because at Tuanzebe is really going to be loaned either to Aston Villa in there, because Aston Villa or Newcastle maybe they're wanting his services. Because me, I really see Tuanzebe as one of the best defenders if at all he was going to be given a lot of time. Tuanzebe, Brandon Williams would have loaned off in January to either Newcastle or either team, Brighton, Aston Villa. Tuanzebe really has proved on the world stage that he can play onto any team. The Premiership stage, because he played for Aston Villa, brought them back to the Premier League, and after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer called him back, but I think they would have left him there to really get some more time, and he really played with Aston Villa in there. You never know, he might be playing alongside the Mings and would have made it to the Euros maybe, because if at all he has been given a lot of playing time in there. So I think if at all that's the plan of Manchester United, I can listen to that. Bring in a Sergio Ramos, he plays with Harry Maguire for the next 2 seasons, and then Tuanzebe would have really matured into the Premier League, and we bring him to partner with the likes of Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof in there. You remember what a team which goes by the names of Chelsea did. Kurt Zouma. Remember, Kurt Zouma was really a good defender, and he was really loaned out by a team which goes by the names of Chelsea in there, and he really went out and did great, and he was called back, I think, on when Frank Lampard came on and told him, please mate, come back at the team and really do the needful. We are going to support you, and we see you as one of the best that we are having into this era right now. And now, when you talk of Kurt Zouma, he has even made it to the French European squad in there. And guess who was dropped? Upamecano was dropped. Can you imagine? Upamecano did make it to the Euro squad, yet he was the one who was playing into the Euro qualifiers in there with France, and Deschamps used really to call him a lot. So it shows you how really when you get playing time on a big team, and I think that's why Upamecano really had to move out from a team which goes by names of RB Leipzig, and he went to a team which goes by names of Borussia Dortmund in there. Bayern Munich in there, because Bayern is one of the big teams that really compete onto the big stages in there. And now you're going to see him play there into the central defense of Borussia Dortmund in there, and you never know, he might be really wanting to go into a level of really competing for his place at the international team. Remember, World Cup is next year, and all players who really want to play for their teams, for their national teams in the World Cup, are really looking at this, saying that how can we really come up and do the needful and really come up and win places or playing time into our national teams. You see, Jadon Sancho, that's why he's also pushing the move to Manchester United, because of that. That's the bit where I'm going to start on the Sancho deal, but I'm really trying to get done with the Sergio Ramos transfers in here, because rumor has it that Sergio Ramos is really wanting to prefers Manchester United over a team which goes by the names of Man City in there. But I don't know whether Man City really needs Sergio Ramos, because when you look at Man City, they're having a Laporte, they're having a John Stones, a Nathan Ake, and a Ruben Diaz. They're having 4 central defenders, and I don't know why this is in the news. I don't think that really Man City wants a lad who goes by the names of Sergio Ramos, because I think they are really packed. They are really packed. If at all we are talking of being packed, Man City is really packed when it comes to that position. Look at it. Ruben Diaz, Laporte, John Stones, and Nathan Ake in there, and they bought Nathan Ake at £40 million in there from a team which goes by names of Bournemouth, and he's also in the Euros in there. So it shows you really how much this deal is between Manchester United and a team which goes by the names of PSG. But they are saying that more probably Sergio Ramos wants really to go to PSG. If at all PSG really takes a good deal, he's really going that side. But I really wonder, how can PSG are having Kimpembe, they're having a Marquinhos, they're having let me look for PSG defenders. PSG central defenders, because I think they are really having many in there. PSG first team, let me check it out. You can as well go in the comment section and tell me what you think about this story in here of Manchester United. When you look at the central defenders, we're having Kimpembe, Marquinhos, a Diallo in there. Alright, when you look, they're having Marquinhos and Kimpembe, those ones that really start in there. And if at all you add on a player who goes by the names of Varane in there, because it's rumored they also want Varane in there, and I think if at all they take a Sergio Ramos, there is no way they are taking a Varane, because there is no way you can bench Marquinhos and Kimpembe in there. And Kimpembe being your French international in there, I think has really made a very big mark to himself on that team in there. And I think Kimpembe will really be partnering with Sergio Ramos if at all Sergio Ramos goes that side. The only way I'm agreeing a Sergio Ramos deal to Manchester United is only if at all they are planning more time. They are planning to get more time for a player who goes by the names of Tuanzebe, loaning him out, and they're having future plans for him, like 1 season or 2 seasons from now. He goes out, he plays for another team in the Premier League, maybe Aston Villa, or a Newcastle or a Brighton in there, and later 2 years he really comes back to Manchester United to play alongside Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof, or maybe there is a Mengi who also is really doing great. You never know, he might become one of the best players in here at Manchester United, and he might be really coming in and playing that position, because into that setup Mengi is really doing great, and was loaned to a Wayne Rooney side which goes by names of Derby in there. And that's it. Now we get into the Jadon Sancho story that most of you have been waiting for here on Rokan Sports. Please, if at all you are new, subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Smash a like button, and guys, smash a like button to this video and share it all over, because we are really doing great. We bring you Manchester United news only onto this channel, and watch alongs of the Euro teams that really have Manchester United players in there. When you look at the teams that have qualified in there for the Euros in there, England is one of them. I'm talking about teams that really have Manchester United players in there. I'm talking about teams that really have Manchester United with them. When you look at teams that have qualified, tweeted in here by the Euros 2020, in here, there are teams in here that have been really brought up, and I should read them to you. Wales has qualified. It has a Manchester United player who goes by the name of Daniel James. Netherlands, it had Dan van Beek, though he's not there. Sweden has qualified. We are having a Lindelof in there. France has qualified. We have a player who goes by the names of Paul Ebile Pogba, and England. So those games are we are really continuing to bring you the Euros, because most of the teams that do have Manchester United players are really going through. Let's see Portugal, whether it will come through in there, and then we enjoy the round of 16 and bringing you most of the games live onto here. Now, when you look at United, tomorrow there is a game of England against Czech Republic. We are going to bring you that game, we promise, here onto Rokan Sports, because it's really great to see to it that you guys are really watching on. Let's go to the Jadon Sancho story now. When you look at things, how they are transferring in at Manchester United and at the Euros and the English national team, let's start off from English national team. Jadon Sancho is not being given enough playing time. Ever since the Euros started, he has only made it on the bench only once, and the first game against Croatia, he never made it to the bench. This really called on criticizers really came up and said this should not happen to a player who goes by Jadon Sancho, because he is the best player or creator on the pitch that a team which goes by the names of England has got. When you look at the assists that he made, close to 17 or 18 or 20 assists this season. I think there were 17 for Borussia Dortmund in all competitions, and netting 16 goals. He was involved in 34 goals. The only no midfielder, no attacking midfielder or winger really has statistics that Jadon Sancho has. Now, this drives us to why Jadon Sancho wants to join Manchester United. The main reason as to why Jadon Sancho really wants to join Manchester United is because when you are playing for a big team, especially in the English Premier League, it's easy for you to get your nod, to get your starting nod into the England national team in there. So that is really doing a player who goes by the names of Jadon Sancho bad, because you can't tell me that a Phil Foden can really play ahead or start ahead of a man who goes by the names of Jadon Sancho. Phil Foden doesn't have statistics that match those of Jadon Sancho, and the attributes that Jadon Sancho has, no one onto the squad of England has them. One, plays off the right wing, using the right foot. He does not really play off the line. He plays He plays as he comes in. He cuts inside the field. One, he's not a selfish player. He first thinks of really creating an assist rather than really for him going in to create or to score a goal in there. And you look at England, they lack creativity. They lack creativity from all those corners, from the left wing and the right wing. There is no creativity, and even in the midfield, Mason Mount is not really doing great. And it might be good news for him because a player who got the name Chilwell and Mason Mount have really isolated themselves, because they are seen with Glimo in there in contact into that game against Scotland, and Glimo tested positive for COVID-19 in there, and you never know, they might not feature into the squad today as England takes on a team which goes by names of Czech Republic in there. So to me, I think the manager who goes by names of Gareth Southgate has nothing to do apart from really bringing these players onto the pitch. He has to bring these players onto the pitch. Why? Because they are really the ones that he deserves. He wants to be on the pitch. There is no way you're going to tell me that a player who goes by the names of Phil Foden should start ahead of Jadon Sancho, because the games you've brought them onto the pitch, they've done nothing. They've created nothing. So from there, we go to this Jadon Sancho deadline set by a team which goes by the names of Borussia Dortmund. Guys, smash a like on the video. We are having 1,520 subscribers onto this channel, and guys, I know we can really make it to 2,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Remember, today is 22nd. We are just 8 days to the end of the month, and I know, guys, we can really do the needful and see to it that we really get ourselves to that level of 2,000 subscribers in here onto Rokani Sports. All right. We get into the story of Jadon Sancho deadline. Remember, last summer, even Borussia Dortmund came out and told United that on the 7th of August 2020, that's the deadline we are putting. If at all you've not yet signed Sancho, you won't get him, because we need to prepare for our next season. And United thought it was for jokes, and Borussia Dortmund came out and said that we sat down with Sancho and we added 1 year to his contract, and we even added him more money from the money that was earning to the amount of money known as the amount of money that was at £200,000 a week in there. That is Jadon Sancho in there for you. And this time round, Borussia Dortmund have come out and set the same transfer deadline, and this time round it's on the 23rd of July. How many days from now? 8 days, 9 days plus 23 days, that is 32 days. So United now has only 32 days to get this deal done. United has 32 days to get this deal done. But as we speak right about now, the deal is yet on the level of accomplishment, because United is less by only £2 million and Dortmund want £82 million. Now, who reported this? You know this man, if I told you watch the Sky Sport News, he's really a good guy who really is always onto the transfers that are happening into there. And he also says, Sky Sports presenter, reporter, hashtag Transfer Talk Podcast, views are my own. That is Demesh Sith in there. You guys who watch the Sky Sports News, you watch him on a daily. He's always there, and he really brings them on each and every day on the Sky Sports News. Right now, there is what we call the transfer talk onto the channel, which goes by the names of Sky Sports. He has come out and said that they've really come out and set a deadline in there, and he said it. Let me read it to you in here as he really quoted. I really want to bring it to you as he quoted it. Borussia Dortmund are said to want the future Jadon Sancho resolved before their Premier League tour, which begins on July 23rd. That's according to Sky Sports news reporter Dimasio Sith, who claims United will need to move quickly after the European champions after the European Championship to land their top target in there. Yes, so that's what he really came out and said, that United have to move in quickly for this deal in really to see that it happens, or it comes to happening, because they've really chased for it for a very long time. And United look like they have the money. That's what really has been said. United have the money, and let's wait and see what really happens. But what's my view onto this story? One, Borussia Dortmund look like a professional team. But the fact is they want the money, even if it happens, even if United goes in with the money they want before 22nd in there. They are really interested in there, and I see they are saying that they are really wanting the money in there, and to an extent that they are even ready this time around, because they feel like the deal is going to happen, because there is news coming in that they are really trying to look in for a Dutch international who goes by the names of Daniel Malen in there, who plays for PSG and even right now and is with the Dutch team in there in the Euros and is playing very well. Remember, he was a former Arsenal player, and they say that Borussia Dortmund have identified PSG and Heaven star Daniel Malen as their ideal replacement for Jadon Sancho should he leave the club this summer. So it shows you that they are really ready, and they've already scouted the Jadon Sancho replacement onto this time round in here on Rokan Sports. Now that means they are 100% sure that Jadon Sancho is leaving, and the £2 million cannot really stop Manchester United from really paying this player. Remember, last summer, even though it was a COVID-19, Borussia Dortmund wanted £108 million from Manchester United to get Jadon Sancho, and this time round they only want, that was close to $120 million by the time round. Now they want $90 million in there, which tallies to £82 million in there, plus add-ons in there. So that's what a team which goes by the names of Borussia Dortmund wants for a lad who goes by the names of Jadon Sancho in there, because they no longer have him in his fingers. Because if at all Jadon Sancho doesn't leave Borussia Dortmund this time round, he played down another year, and that means his price will really cut to half what he's being valued in, because right now he's being valued at £8 million, and if at all he really gets 40, if at all he really plays next season for Dortmund and they don't release him this season, that means United will go for him at £40 million in there. So that is something that I really want to come out and really recommend, that United really wanting Jadon Sancho is really great, but Borussia Dortmund have set what we call a transfer deadline, that is 23rd July, because that's when it's rumored that they are really beginning of their pre-season training in there. What do you think about the deadline set by Borussia Dortmund in here on Rokan Sports? Because United really are less by just £2 million in there, because they have tabled an £80 million bid for Jadon Sancho, and Borussia Dortmund are saying no, what we want is £82 million. And what to make it funny, these guys are really funny. How can't you let Jadon Sancho at £80 million go to Manchester United? Because he really wants to go. This will call for Jadon Sancho to come in and push this deal, because what is happening right now, Borussia Dortmund look like they really feel like they want to be the big lads into bossing out teams like Manchester United in there, because they've bossed out teams like Barcelona in there. Remember, they made Barcelona pay £135 million for Dembele, and Dembele, who turned into Dembele, remember, he's an injury-prone player, and guess what? He has continued to be injury-prone ever since then. Even in the Euros, he came on. He's a brilliant player, and he had a very fantastic season with the team which goes by the names of Barcelona in there. But look, in the game that they played against Hungary, he came in in the 53rd minute, and he left in the 70-something minute. He spent only 30 or 25 minutes onto the pitch. So it shows you that Borussia Dortmund really, when they want the price, the real price they set on the player is what they want. As we speak right now, they want £82 million for a man who goes by the name of Jadon Sancho, and United has nothing to do. They have to dance to the tunes of Borussia Dortmund. But Borussia Dortmund are 100% sure that Jadon Sancho is leaving this season. Reason being, they've really scouted his replacement, who goes by the name of Daniel Malen in there. And what has boosted this, and I think this is really going to happen, is that this man who goes by the names of Malen in there, who is with the Dutch international team at the Euros, I think you've seen him play, his agent is Mino Raiola, and you've seen Mino Raiola really contacting very many businesses with the team of Borussia Dortmund, and I think they've already agreed everything with him, and I think they're going to get this lad at I think 20 or 15 million pounds in there, and they're really going to make profits because they bought him from Man City at 17 million pounds. They will pay Man City 17 million pounds if at all this deal happens. Those are 34 million pounds. That means we'll be having a balance of close to 50 million pounds in there. So they're really making great money out of their players. Remember, they're having a Haaland in there who is expected to move either this season to Chelsea or next season to Manchester United. They are valuing him at 150 million pounds in there. That means the buyout clause will be triggered next year at 78 million pounds in there. So it shows you to it that Borussia Dortmund are really making a lot of money because they only got him at 17 million pounds from Red Bull Salzburg. So it shows you that they are into business and they are not a team that really wants to be big. It's a team that really has a nice scouting system, and I think they have nice coaches. They have a board that can really favor or improve these players like Jadon Sancho coming in from Man City in 2017, being wanted by Manchester United. By that time, United had a coach who was by the names of Jose Mourinho in there, and Jose Mourinho wanted him, and Jadon Sancho offered or opted for a team which goes by names of Borussia Dortmund. Now he is really that player that he's valued at 80 million pounds, and he really deserves that money because he's the best right winger in the world. Tell me a right winger that you know that is better than Jadon Sancho. And especially when that person is using the right foot. Is he there? I think he's not there. So I think Sancho has put himself into that position of really coming out and really being quarreled for by very many players, by very many teams in there. You have the right to go in the comment section and tell me what you think about the deadline that has been set by a team which goes by the names of Borussia Dortmund onto a player who goes by the names of Jadon Sancho, and Ramos preferring Manchester United over Man City in there. But all in all, guys, thank you very much for watching in. It's always nice having you in there. Smash a like on the button. We have 3 people watching in. Please smash that button. Smash the like button in there. Like the video, because each and every time you like the video, it's rated highly onto this YouTube channel in there. So Sancho is really the big deal in there, and it's the big news, and it's the big summer signing for Manchester United. And all of us know it's going to happen. And for me, I'm at 100%. I know it's going to happen because £2 million cannot stop Manchester United from really getting this player. But all in all, United are really into good terms with Borussia Dortmund now. They are in bed with Borussia Dortmund, and they are really trying to cook up this deal to see to it that is happening in there. The Red Devils already working hard behind the scenes to get the agreement in place with Borussia Dortmund, but so far that's been a very big test for Manchester United in here. And Sith believes, and now Sith is that reporter of Sky Sports in there believes Dortmund are keen to work towards another deadline, even though Bundesliga club are relaxed about the situation. Sky Sports reported on Saturday that a second offer that had gone in for Manchester United worth a little over £75 million, but more upfront plus achievable add-ons, said Steve was there. That is in the form of appearances, goals, maybe even silverware as well. That bid, we understand, is still under consideration. It hasn't been accepted or it hasn't been rejected by Borussia Dortmund. So I think Borussia Dortmund is really 100% sure that knows that the lad is leaving. Sancho is leaving. Now, Sith continues and says, but the noises coming out of Germany suggest Dortmund will not budge on what we believe to be around £82 million, with the majority of that front loaded. Alright, so he's saying that Borussia Dortmund won't be moved to sell off Jadon Sancho if United does not agree on an £82 million deal, and on the £82 million deal, close to 90% of that money, they want it up front. That means they want close to £70 million or 75 million up front. That's what City is saying. If you remember last summer, Dortmund had set a deadline for a deal to be done by Manchester United. Were not prepared to pay 108 million pounds. United wanted to pay only 90 million pounds for Jadon Sancho. By that time, they don't want to be subjected to any kind of deadline, and this time it seems a little bit more relaxed. There is no public declaration, but it is thought that Dortmund will want the sorted one way or another by July 23rd. So that's something that we should be happy about here at United. Dortmund really looking like they're serious onto this one. Having looked for a replacement of Jadon Sancho, that means they are really ready to sell off the player. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching in. That's what we had in here onto Rokan Sports. Please subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Maybe later, an hour or 2 hours from now, I'll be really coming up with a predicted English starting 11 that's really going to face a team which goes by the names of Czech Republic tomorrow. Harry Maguire expected to start. Luke Shaw expected to start again. Rashford 2 and Jadon Sancho 2 is expected to start into this encounter. Thank you guys for watching in. This is already Keep It Rokan Sports always. Thank you. I'm out for now. See you later. Thank you guys for watching in. Smash a like on the video. Guys, I don't know, show the love. Thank you for the love onto this channel. We do 100% Manchester United news in here. Tomorrow we are doing a watch along of England versus Czech Republic in there. Big game for England, though England has qualified as a third. A loser in there, but they really feel like they can win it. Even if they lose the game against the Czech Republic, they have already qualified. So, but they really want to come out and make a very big statement, because the 2 games they've played, no big statement has been made. Remember, they won against Croatia, it was close, and they drew with Scotland, no goals scored in there, where Scotland really showed them that we are the big lads in town. So right now, I'm signing out onto this channel, and we will meet later onto this channel. Thank you for the love. Please, we are remaining with only, let's hit the 2,000 subscriber mark this month before this month really comes to an end, because it's always nice having you onto this channel always. This is already Rokan David. already is the short form, and this is my channel, and I do 100% sports news, fan-based channel. Thank you guys for watching in. It's always nice having you onto this channel. I'm out. See you later. My alarm has blown.